Welcome to Damaged Goods. I'm your host, Lamb, and today I have a quick little story, and I wanted to talk about feeling alone, but not being lonely. Like my mind just like froze real quick, but I just wanted to talk about being alone, but not lonely. So essentially, last year I was using a bunch of like dating apps and stuff, right? And I was talking to a few different girls at the time. Um, Most of it was like non-romantic stuff. And one young lady I spoke to, well, one young lady that I met through this dating app, and me and her just like spoke like nothing crazy, just regular conversations. And I began to realize that I was really interested in this young lady, not from a romantic sense, but just like, when you meet someone, I'm not sure how everyone else interacts with individuals that they meet for the first time, but I'm interested to know about you as a person. So, like your hobbies, your likes, your dislikes, just understanding you as you as you know what I'm saying? And with this young lady, the conversations, again, just regular, nothing crazy. I realized this young lady never really asked me anything. Like, she didn't really care about getting to know me as a person. She didn't really ask too many questions about my likes or interests or who I am, you know what I mean? Like what I did or whatever the case may be. And I began to understand that this is not a healthy, functioning relationship. You know what I mean? Relationships are not one sided. Like, just because someone reaches out to you to say hi, just to talk, that person might just need someone to speak with, right? And I realized that that was what our relationship was. I didn't want that relationship because I need people in my life who are truly interested in me for me, and the same would go for you, hopefully, that you want people in your life who are genuinely interested in you for you, and not people who just want to talk to you so they can fill a void within their life at that moment in time. And I realized for me, I was this young lady's void. You know what I mean? I was just the person that she talked to just to talk to. And it was like, well, I don't mind talking to you just to talk to you, but you have to show me some kind of interest as a person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need you to sit here and fall all over yourself for me. But if you're not even going to get to know me from the basic fundamental level of this is the kind of person he is, these are the kind of interests he has, or whatever the case may be. These are just genuine things that you find out about people that you go through life with. You know what I'm saying? You find the commonalities and things that you like or things that they don't like, things like that. And don't get me wrong, you're not asking all of the questions under the sun about someone you're not romantically interested in. However, you're still going to engage with this person to a degree where you're going to understand them from a basic level of you are this kind of person, you like X, Y, and Z. There are certain things that I don't really need to know in reference to a friendship, like what your type is in reference to a romantic partner. What are your interests are in reference to, things that I would like to do for you or things that we could bond over. I mean, in that aspect, that could be romantic and platonic. Again, in my situation, this young lady really showed me no interest, just basically getting to know me, you know what I'm saying? This topic was really based on me coming to terms with I would rather be alone knowing that I would prefer a friend who's genuinely interested in me for me and genuinely wants to talk to me and know about my life and just ask me things about myself. Because it's like, I'm not going to sit here and do all the work of maintaining a friendship, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and try to do jump leaps and bounds and try to get to know you if we're not both going to put in the same effort. And I realized that in this situation, I'm not going to be lonely if this young lady leaves. To be honest, I honestly just stopped texting her. And she's never reached out to me again. And honestly, I'm perfectly fine with that because it shows me that she's not the kind of person that I need in my life. She was there for a season. I got to know the information that I got to know about her. But it's just like, why sit down And why spend all this time when you know that you're not really going to try to know the person? Because again, in this case, I'm seeing it as I was able to fill the void for her that she needed at that moment in time. And maybe she just needed someone to help release the pressure in her life. You know what I'm saying? And that could be it too. But nonetheless, I wanted to start off February really talking about being okay with being alone and understanding just because you're alone, you're not necessarily lonely. You know what I mean? I spend a lot of time by myself. I'm practically alone 24/8, 20, 30/38, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like you really don't want to have relationships with people who really aren't going to reciprocate the energy that you need or give you the things you need. And that's something I'm also coming to terms with in my life, finding out what are the things that I truly need. I want you guys to be able to express the very same thing, look inside of yourself and say, well, in my life, what am I struggling with? Or where am I where this is what I need from a friend, or this is what I need from my romantic partner, or even if you have no friends or no romantic partner, what do I need in my life to fill the voids? I'm still like in a place of figuring a lot of shit out. I spend a lot of time working. Or for me, everything I'm doing is really passion based. Like I'm doing YouTube and I'm now making music all the time, just really focusing more on doing the things that interest me within my own life. And I would say those are the things that you need to do as well. I don't know exactly what you're going through in your life. I don't know exactly what you're feeling or if you need help with expressing that. But I would say, in this season of my life, it's okay to be alone. In this season of your life, it's perfectly fine to be alone. It's not being alone that's the issue. It's feeling lonely. And those feelings of loneliness are just part of the process. I feel lonely plenty of times. But, for me, my loneliness comes in waves. And just like all waves, they'll eventually come back towards the sea. You know what I mean? It's okay to be alone, but it's not okay to be lonely. If you feel lonely consistently, maybe you should seek help. It's an uphill battle, you know what I mean? Life is very hard at times. Doing this whole thing of being alone, like I said, 38, being able to do life alone consistently is quite difficult. And for anyone else who's out there currently and you feel that you're alone and you're lonely, just know that you're not alone. You know what I mean? Life is a duet with God. So you are literally doing life with your creator. Find what works best for you and understand that this life is hard and it's okay. But like I said, life is a duet with God and you're never alone, but it's at times it's okay to not be okay. And that's something that I'm realizing you're going to have to accept. You don't have to accept being not okay every single day of your life. That's something that needs to be addressed. But there are definitely moments in life where you're not going to feel okay, and that's perfectly fine. I just really wanted to share my thoughts about this experience of mine and tell you guys, even in a situation where I felt that I was lonely, I decided that I would rather be alone than to be lonely, hoping for this young lady to be my friend and reciprocate in a situation where I knew I was not going to get that very same energy. You know what I mean? And it's okay to cut things off. It's okay to let things go because there's certain things that are just dead weight. That relationship was dead weight. And, that's how I will always see that situation. But it taught me this. It taught me that it's perfectly fine to be alone. You know, it's okay to be alone, but it's not okay to be lonely. If you're out there and you're lonely, go do something. Go do something, that you really enjoy. Just understand like you're going through the motions right now. And it's not the end. It's okay to be lonely. Excuse me. It's okay to be alone, but it's not okay to be lonely. Spend your time really looking inward and seeing what it is that you need to fix, or the things that you need to go after to work on that, to make yourself feel less lonely. You know what I mean? Now my days are literally filled with working and doing YouTube, where I can't even tell you that you know, I can't even tell you that most days I feel lonely. Like yesterday, I had a brief inkling of like an extreme wave of like loneliness real quick that came in between me leaving to go get food after literally sitting down and working all day. You know what I mean? So within that moment of me stepping out of doing the thing that I need to do to keep me centered, that's when the loneliness tried to come in, knock me off my center of balance. Again, it's okay. It's okay to be alone, but it's never okay to be lonely. You know, go to therapy, seek God. You know, join a group, do something that you love or really enjoy. Yeah, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to Damaged Goods. My name is Lamb, and I hope that you guys have a great day and you stay safe. And until the next one, I'll catch you then.